In the 1960s, a second major professional football league sprang up as a rival to the NFL. The American Football League, or AFL, began play in 1960. The two leagues immediately began competing for the best players, with both leagues holding their own drafts and trying to sign contracts with the players they chose. The AFL became known as high-flying, offensive football. Teams in the NFL were generally believed to have more toughness and grit. By 1966, the leagues had agreed to merge, and the first step on this road would be the AFL-NFL World Championship game, which later became known as Super Bowl I. The game was held at the Los Angeles Coliseum on January 15, 1967. But there wasn't much about the game that resembles the Super Bowls of today. The date and location of the game were determined less than 2 months before the game was played. More than 60,000 people attended, but it was the only Super Bowl to fall short of being a sellout. Tickets went for just $12. The Green Bay Packers represented the NFL. After a 12-2 regular season, the powerful Packers defeated the Dallas Cowboys 34-27 to earn their berth in the big game. The Kansas City Chiefs represented the AFL. The Chiefs were 11-2-1 during the regular season and thumped the Buffalo Bills 31-7 to win the AFL's championship and the right to represent the upstart league in the first big game. The pressure on both coaches, Kansas City's Hank Stram and Green Bay's Vince Lombardi, was immense. It was Stram's job to earn respect for the AFL. It was Lombardi's job to prove once and for all that the NFL was not only better, but far superior to the upstart league. The Packers suffered an early loss when star receiver Boyd Dowler went down with an injury. But Max McGee, who caught only 4 passes all season, got the green and gold on the board first with a graceful one-handed catch of a pass from Bart Starr for a 37-yard touchdown in the first quarter. Kansas City struck back, tying the game at 7-7 early in the second quarter on a touchdown pass by Len Dawson. Jim Taylor's 14-yard scamper put the Packers back on top, but by halftime the Chiefs were within 4 points at 14-10. The game was half over, and the Chiefs were still in it. The game turned on the first possession of the second half. Dawson drove the Chiefs near midfield. Under heavy pressure, he threw a pass that was picked off by Willie Wood and returned to Kansas City's 5-yard line. On the next play, Elijah Pitts scored a touchdown, deflating the Chiefs' hopes and sending the Packers on their way. Pitts and McGee would each score again for the Packers, who cruised to a 35-10 victory that proved, for the moment, that the NFL was king. Starr was named the game's MVP. Both coaches and both quarterbacks earned their places in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. In all, 10 members of the Packers organization from that championship team are enshrined in Canton, and 7 people from the Chiefs are immortalized there as well.